Chapter 11, Fighting Back. I was on cloud nine. I had met the great Jackie Robinson, just as I'd hoped to. I had been at Ebbets Field, and I even was a bat boy for the Brooklyn Dodgers. To top it all off, soon I would have $1 million worth of cards. Doesn't get much better than this, I thought as I rode the subway back to Jackie Robinson's hotel. Of course I was going to have to change my time travel plans a little. I couldn't go home right away. I would have to stay in 1947 until Thursday to get the baseball cards from the Bond bread guy. But that was okay. I knew from the last time that no matter how long I stayed in the past, I would return home and wake up in my bed in the morning after I left. The New York Giants and Philadelphia Phillies were coming into town. I could bat boy for the Dodgers for a few days, get the baseball cards on Thursday morning, and then go home. By the time I reached the McAlpin Hotel, it was dark outside. Mrs. Robinson was doing the dinner dishes when I knocked on the door. Jackie was playing peekaboo with Jackie Jr., trying to get him to stop crying, but it wasn't working very well. "Joe, we need to talk," Mrs. Robinson said seriously as I greeted them. "I tried to track down your mama. There's nobody named Stoshak in Louisville, Kentucky. We need to know your real name, where you really live." "I can explain," I said. "My real name is Joe Stoshak. I live in Louisville, Kentucky, and I know it's hard for you to believe this, but it's the truth. I went back in time to get here. I live 50 years into the future. That's why you couldn't find my mom. She's not there yet." Mrs. Robinson looked at Jackie, then held the back of her hand against my forehead. "That's what Mom does when she's checking to see if I have a fever." "Jack," she said finally, "I think we should call the police." "Don't call the police," I begged. "I didn't do anything wrong." "You expect us to believe that you traveled through time?" "I don't expect you to believe it," I said sadly. "But it's true." "Ease up on the boy, Ray," Jackie said. "He's a good kid." "Can I please stay with you until Thursday?" I asked. "Then I'll go back home, promise." Mrs. Robinson didn't have much fight in her. It was late. She was tired. The dishes weren't done. Jackie was upset because he'd gone hitless on opening day. Jackie Jr. was upset because he was 5 months old, and babies get upset for practically no reason. For no particular reason. "Thursday?" Mrs. Robinson asked wearily. "After that, you'll never see me again," I said honestly. "Okay, you can stay," she said, putting the sheets on the couch for me, "but I don't believe a word about that future stuff." The Dodgers beat the Braves again the next day, 13-6. Jackie didn't get good wood on the ball. He was pressing. It was obvious he was nervous, anxious, and swinging at bad pitches. The next 2 games were against the New York Giants at the Polo Grounds. The Dodgers lost both 10-4 and 4-3. Jackie didn't help much. I was getting pretty good at being a bat boy, though. I had learned the routine, which made everything a lot easier. After one of the Giants game, I even beat Ant in the daily shoeshine race. As if things weren't tough enough for Jackie, all kinds of rumors were swirling around. I heard some whispers around the clubhouse that he wasn't as good as the players expected him to be. Some newspaper articles said he might be sent down to the minor leagues for more seasoning. The St. Louis Cardinals, led by Dixie Walker's brother Harry, were rumored to be planning a strike if Jackie took the field against them. On the Dodgers, the players were cordial toward Jackie, but certainly not friendly. Nobody invited Jackie out to dinner after a game. Nobody sat next to him or told him jokes. He didn't join in the clubhouse card games. He was alone. The first road trip of the season was coming up, and word was passing around that the Dodgers wouldn't be staying at their usual hotel in Philadelphia, the Benjamin Franklin. Negroes weren't allowed there. The team would stay at the Warwick Hotel instead. Even at the Warwick, Jackie wouldn't be allowed to eat his meals in the main dining hall with the rest of the team. He would have to eat in his room, and Philadelphia was called the City of Brotherly Love. Then there were the threats. Part of my job was to go through fan mail, sort it, and put it in each player's locker. Nuts wrote to Jackie every day saying they were going to kill him. Somebody wrote that Jackie would be shot if he crossed the foul line to take the field the next day. There were threats to assault Rachel, to kidnap Jackie Jr. "Don't tell Rachel," Jackie said simply as he handed me this. Every time he stepped out of the dugout, Jackie looked up into the stands defiantly. It was as if he was daring somebody to take a shot at him. Jackie pretended that the pressure didn't bother him, but I could tell it did. It showed in his hitting. He was in a deep slump. I got up extra early Thursday morning. The Robinsons were still sleeping. I threw on my clothes, grabbed my dad's empty suitcase, and hopped on the subway to Brooklyn. The grocery store was closed when I arrived, but it wasn't long before Mr. Herzowitz arrived and unlocked the door. The Bond truck pulled up shortly after. The delivery man hauled his bread out. "You're here bright and early," he said cheerfully as he rolled his hand truck into the store. "Did you bring the bubblegum cards?" I asked anxiously. "Yep," he replied. "Lucky I got 'em, too. My boss was about to throw 'em in the incinerator." He went back to the truck and brought out a large cardboard box. I pulled open the flaps, and there they were. Hundreds of packs, easy, of brand new, never opened, mint condition, 1947 Bond-bred Jackie Robinson baseball cards. It took my breath away. I felt my heart beating furiously. My forehead began to sweat. This must be what it felt like to the guy who started the gold rush in California. I thought I thanked the Bond guy over and over and over again as I poured the packs of cards into my dad's suitcase. As he climbed back in his truck, I walked over and handed him one of the pack of cards. "You're going to think this is crazy, but save this," I told him. "Give it to your kids. Tell them to pass it on to their kids." "Why?" the guy asked. "You wouldn't believe me if I told you," I said. "Okay, kid," he shrugged, slipping the pack into his shirt pocket as he put the truck into gear. I had over $1 million worth of cards in my suitcase. I could have taken the subway back to the Robinsons' place and zapped myself back to the future with my treasure. But I was only a few blocks from Ebbets Field. The Dodgers would be hosting the Philadelphia Phillies at 2 o'clock. I decided to stash the suitcase in the back of Jackie's locker and work one last game before going home. The Phillies have always been pretty terrible. I knew that. In over 100 years, they won the World Series only once in 1980. That's pathetic. But the Phils started the 1947 season pretty well, winning 4 of their first 6 games. They were in second place in the National League, just ahead of Brooklyn. As the Dodgers took the field in the first inning, Phillies manager Ben Chapman rose to the top of the dugout step. I saw him cup his hands around his mouth and holler, "Hey, why don't you go back to the cotton field where you belong?" Other teams had razzed Jackie from the bench, but no more than they razzed the other players. For the most part, they kept the N-word out of it. This was different. There was a hostility coming from Chapman that went beyond the usual bench jockeying. This was pure hatred. The rest of the Phillies, taking their cue from their manager, joined in. "They're waiting for you in the jungles, black boy. Hey, Snowflake, want some watermelon?" "We don't want you here, Brownie." Their voices could be heard clearly in the Dodger dugout, which meant they could also be heard in the stands. The umpires didn't do anything about it.